Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Hope everyone had a blessed evening. And let's get ready to rumble. This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Beware, everybody. Today is FOMC day. I'm going to take these candlestick pattern recognition indicator off my chart. And today's leaderboard, slim, very slim. Now we know historically when the FOMC is doing their minutes report that the market can go a little sideways on us. So we're going to proceed with caution. Let's see, we've got Steven. Let's go to Steven. Let's check out Steven. Okay, there goes our star. I did enable the star on my PA accounts today. We have a strategy that I've got to mention. I hate to do it now that it just got into a trade. I don't want to jinx it. But man, this strategy is just incredible. I was speaking with Robert. Robert is one of our members, and he's the one that actually did the parameters for the strategy. And I was talking to him yesterday. He's up $50,000 trading one contract on this ES30 range. I got it right at the market open. We are below the VWAP. This yellow line is the VWAP. And I do have a kind of a flat 50. My 15 is sloping down. My Laguerre line is pinned. My relative strength index is pinned to the downside. So momentum is headed down at the open. Let's see what happens. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Edward. Dr. Ken. Good morning, sir. Rao. Marcy. Good morning, Marcy. I spoke with Marcy yesterday, too. She's going to be traveling to see her family in Arizona. And if today's your first day, let's go to the Stephen bot. Seems to have got some traction here. The Stephen runs on an 8-unit Renko. And when that strategy gets hot, man, it can really run up the score. Let's see if it can break through this area of support. Now this Stephen bot has dynamically changed the position of its profit target. I see. Normally it's a very ambitious profit target. Today it's looks like it's at about, I don't know, I want to say 75 ticks, 100 ticks. But it's up $1,000. And it's 9:35. We're going to pull over Forex Factory in just a second. Now you can see here I have a trade copier, and I'm copying this E-mini trade across my PA accounts. And I'm doing that because of the performance of the ES30R. It's not on my leaderboard, But I'm going to bring up my performance in just a minute and just give you an idea of what this strategy's been doing. It's been extremely consistent. So we're going to let that one kind of drift throughout the session.
Order submitted.
Today on the Forex, let's see this trade on Steven before we go to our calendar. We're nice and tight to that 50. Our 50 EMA is red, and our 15 is below the 50. So market structure-wise, we're lined up for a short move here. Now, the AI Auto Trader, if today's your first day, this is a fully automated system that runs on the NinjaTrader 8 platform. And once the strategies are enabled, the system will execute and manage the trades for you. The inputs dynamically change on these bots based on the current market conditions. On the average true range of the market, it will dynamically adjust its stop and profit targets, giving you the most likelihood, the best chance of getting a profitable trade. So let's just take a quick look at the Forex Factory. Happy January 29th, everybody. This morning at 8:30, they had wholesale inventories, which was a yellow folder. The ones that we really are concerned with are these red folders. At 2 o'clock today, we have the federal funds rate, the FOMC statement, and then at 2:30, the press conference. And that's when Jerome Powell kind of whispers in the market's ear and says it's not going to be that bad. Don't worry. But we do have crude inventory at 10:30. So knowing that we have that FOMC statement coming out, we've got the smart velocity stop. That's another strategy like Steven, that when it gets hot and when it starts finding the ebb and flow of the market, it really finds its rhythm. So I'm going to showcase our leaderboard. What I mean by leaderboard, it's important to know that we run the strategies overnight, right through the London Open. And when the New York Stock Exchange opens, we have what we call our leaderboard. Our leaderboard tells us the best performing bots in the current trading session. These are the ones that are hot right now. I always like to refer to these as the "what have you done for me latelys." If you did good last month, that was good last month. But for today, it doesn't have much of a value. I want to know what you've done for me lately. We've been seeing a big sell-off, especially in the NASDAQ, with the DeepSeek kind of stunned the market. And AI stocks were hammered They were reacting to the Chinese AI model, DeepSeek. They're able to create an AI model for considerably less money.
Order submitted.
Gold has been a very exciting strategy. With all of this uncertainty and the FOMC meeting coming out, we've got some volatility on gold. Gold found its way up to my leaderboard. It's up about $500 right now. Wow. My profit goal on these PA accounts is 500. If I get to 500, most likely I'm going to take profits. You can see I'm copying this ES30 range trade across 3 PA accounts. Is it 3 or 4? 3.
Order submitted.
And that's what we do. We can use a trade copier with these bots, and we can copy our best performing bots across multiple funded accounts.
Order submitted.
Stephen bot and drone and the velocity stop. Let's take a look at velocity stop. The velocity stop is on a 30 range.
Order submitted.
Stephen's right back in. Let's go short. Nice entries. Nice entries. These are the pullback and goes. That's a signal C entry. We got a bit oversold on the move. It retraced to the 50, the pullback, and the go down into the direction of the trend. See if we can break through support here. Come on down. What I'd like to do is load the 30 range here. So I'm going to change my data series on my 2-minute. And we're going to load the 30 range. Just going to load one day. And once I've changed my data series on my chart, then I could just simply go to my template
Order submitted.
and load my 30 range template for the NASDAQ. NQ30R. And let's check out the velocity stop.
Order submitted.
Come on down. Come on down. You know, I'm happy with 400, to be honest.
Order submitted.
Things can change very quickly. But they are saying that those fears with that initial big sell-off on the news of DeepSeek.
Order submitted.
A lot of panic.
Order submitted.
They say it is entirely possible that a more efficient model could lead to weakening demand for NVIDIA's chips, but it's a far from a guarantee. It actually could have the opposite effect, and it could lead to increased demand. And yesterday you saw a big rebound. Good morning, Paramroop.
Order submitted.
So we've got the velocity stop on the bottom, and we've got the Steven on the top. And I also want to put a link. Hey, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Let me look at your question. Do you use Trade Performance Tool in Ninja? Yes, I'm going to go through that in just a moment. Great question. What we do with the AI Auto, when you place your order, out of the box, you get the full portfolio of strategies, all the bots and drones on 5 different instruments. We have the futures index equities with exception to the Russell, so the NASDAQ, E-mini, and Dow. And we've also integrated crude oil and gold into the portfolio. And we have a special tool that will not only build all of your strategy and chart templates on a workspace, but it also creates a separate SIM account for each and every one of our bots and drones. And the reason we do that, Bob, is exactly what you just asked. So we can get a historical trade performance on each and every one of our bots and drones. And all of the decisions we make are really data driven. It's all based on the results. So let's take a look at the trade performance, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now my screen might go dark for just a moment here. Okay. One more push down I need on that ES. I don't want to get greedy on my PA accounts. Now our profit target is in a tough position right here. We got out on the, it looks the short, it hit our stop loss. Okay, it must have got into our profit window right there. So we have what's called the profit window. If we come within 15 or 20 ticks of our profit target, the stop is going to swing down and lock in profits for you without risking any more than you have the potential to make on the trade. So let's take a look at the month of January.
Order submitted.
the month of January, our strongest strategies are really, I like to refer to them as our 1-2 punch, is our ES and NQ strategies. And I want to first start by highlighting the ES30 range. The ES30 range for the month, trading one contract is up $7,000 on my machine. We do get a slight variation. So the results are on everybody's computer are not going to be exact to the penny. But on my machine, the ES30 range drone is up $7,000 trading one contract on the E-mini. Good morning, Doctor. Good morning, Al. I have a variation of that 30 range that I'm running on this 5-minute account. That's up about 8,000. So that ES30 range is really right now our strongest bot that we have. It doesn't take a lot of trades, but it has a really nice winning percentage, just under 60%. Took 52 trades for the entire month. This is our one-day pass for prop trading. The win rate is about 23% on this one. So that probably wouldn't be our number one choice to trade on the one-day pass. Now it looks like momentum shifted now to the upside. The smart velocity stop caught the reversal, and it's in our profit window. So now we're either going to make 250 or 500. Made 250 at that point.
Order submitted.
Our ES8 Unarenko. This is Michael Higgins. Mr. Higgins loaded the NQ scalper on the E-mini. The bot is up about 500 for the month. My drone, however, is up 7,500. $7,500. Here we go with this velocity bot. I got a couple evaluation accounts. I just want to see it trade a few times. It's on the top of my leaderboard. I like the strategy. Historically, it does well. In fact, I want to say it's our, it has the same parameters, with exception to the velocity filter, as our record-setting bot. And what we're trying to do is get into our profit window, which is about 25 ticks from our profit target. Our profit target is at 100 ticks. So if we go 75, we're either going to make 250 or 500 on the trade, if we can get to 75 ticks. Until we get there, we're going to give it plenty of room. Plenty of room. With the NASDAQ being very volatile, we don't want to get wicked out.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So 7,500 on the ES8U scalper drone. Between the ES8U scalper drone and the ES30 range drone, We're looking at $14,000 in the month of January trading one contract. My ES8U drone is nowhere to be found on my leaderboard today. And then our next, I want to highlight also our PA account template. You know, always get a million calls from people that have several funded accounts, PA accounts with the prop firms. And they really all have the same question. Do you have one that can make $100 or $200 a day with very little risk? I just want to make $100 or $200 a day and copy it across 5 accounts or 10 accounts or however many accounts it may be. And if there was one bot that fills that description to a T, it's been this MES. This MES PA account, you could see trading 2 micros for the month of January. It's up $1,800. $1,800. The drawdown 400. So if very small drawdown, this bot's up $1,800 for the month of January. Trading 2 micros. 2 micros. Then we have our 20U Mac truck. Let's see how the Mac truck is doing. My Mac truck is respectable. It's up $1,569. You look at those ES strategies that are making $7,000 and $8,000, and you pull one up that's making $1,500, and you kind of dismiss it. But let me tell you something. Trading one contract and being able to make $1,500 or $1,600 is nothing to be upset about. Nothing to scoff at. The drone, you can see my drone that trades 24/7 doesn't do nearly as well as my bot. My bot on the 20U, the bot is the one that's dynamically changing the trading hours and the position of its stop and profit targets, has a much more efficient output. So the bot on my Mac truck is up $1,569. Let's check out the retirement plan this month. My retirement plan, my bot is up $2,000 for the month of January. $2,000 through January 28th. Keeping my eye on the VWAP on my E-mini chart. That yellow line is my VWAP. And I know if I break above it, I could be in for a painful trade. The 2-minute retirement plan drone is up $3,563. I always like to see on my analysis when are you doing well? Well, the answer is right here at 10 a.m. From 10 to 10:30, like right now. Historically, this month, this strategy's made $4,000 between 10 and 10:30, almost $5,000, just under $5,000. And knowing the retirement plan, which is a signal A, it catches reversals. So between 10 and 10:30, the market is reversing on the NASDAQ on a 2-minute data series, and the retirement plan is doing well. This is kind of about the time the market finds a direction. They might give you the old fake out that first 30 minutes, And then 10:30 it settles down and it finds its way. So the retirement plan strategy between 10 and 10:30 is up about $5,000 between the bot and the drone.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Our one-day pass, one of our hottest one-day pass templates is this 30 range. This 30 range now is at about a 40% win rate. The one-day pass is a very aggressive strategy that's designed to pass an evaluation in one trade. Look at that. My profit window didn't seem to work on that one. So the velocity stop is trading very well. My E-mini just bounced off the VWAP. Let's see what happens here. Let's take a look at the Haymaker. The Haymaker bot for the month is up $3,000. $3,000 for the month. That's the one that is time optimized. The drone that runs all 23 hours pulled in a lot more losers. It's down 11,875. The bot, when does it make its money? Let's look at the analysis. It's got a nice green bar at 10 and a few here very early in the morning and then one later in the afternoon. So the bot will only trade those sessions and have a much more efficient output. So on the Mack truck and the Haymaker, that AI model is working very well. It appears on the ES, the more trades it takes, the better off we are. The Velocity bot and drone has not been doing well this month. Down 4,000 and 5,000. Let's take a look at our 8 Unirenkos. Our 8 Unirenkos, Steven. Bot is down 1,300 for the month. And the drone that trades like crazy is down 3,700 on my computer. My PA accounts for the month, I'm up about $700 on my PA accounts for the month of January. Then I have some sim accounts. We do a lot of research and development. We're always looking for ways to improve and optimize our strategies. And the ones that do well, I always share them in the collaboration channel, which is that bottom channel in our Discord chat. So some of the ones that I've recently shared are the SimUB. The SimUB test runs on it runs on an 8 Unirenko on the E-mini. Has a huge profit target. Huge profit target. It's up 8,500 for the month. When does it do it? It was kind of a mixed bag. It does really well all the way through until the market opens at 9:30. At 9:30, it has a huge red bar. So right up until 8:59, 9 o'clock, that pre-market session does extremely well.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
The Sim Smart Stop 2, down big. Now we could still make money with this bot. You see the bot, it's running wide open, the Sim Smart Stop 2. But I noticed that it has for the month $133,000 in profits. So I don't throw it in the junk pile. What I like to learn is when it does well and see if I can find a window of opportunity. I see it does pretty well from 6 to about 7:30. It loves that 10 o'clock window.
Order submitted.
That 10 o'clock window is for a lot of these strategies is their most profitable time. 10 o'clock, just like the retirement plan and the haymaker, I think it was. ES is trying to break through that VWAP. It's kind of making me nervous. I got greedy. I should have taken my profits. Another strategy that I've been keeping an eye on is this SimVW. This SimVW is also running on the ES, and it's up 7,000. 7,000. That's the SimVW. This is running on a 30 range E-mini.
Order submitted.
Look at the velocity stop. The velocity stop is really the same strategy as this Smart Stop 2, but we added a condition called our velocity filter. And the velocity filter keeps us out of chop. It needs an 80 or an 80 ticks of range on the NASDAQ before that will enter. But this velocity stop is up $9,200. My analysis on this shows you the best times to trade it. If you trade this strategy between 8 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. and you just knock out that 9:30, that half hour of the market open, and within our strategy parameters, we have the ability to do that. We can load that velocity strategy. What I did here was under my control center, under the strategies tab, I right click and I create a new strategy. And under my available strategies, I'm going to select the AI Auto Trader. And the template that we're going to be optimizing is that velocity stop template. So I'm going to load it up and find it here. And now what I can do is based on this data, I can adjust my trading hours. I can have it go right from 8 to 9:29. And now I'm going to change that to AM. Now this is all hard-coded in Eastern Time. Regardless of where you are in the country or even in the world, you don't have to compensate these trading hours. It's going to be New York time, wherever you are. New York time. And I'm going to add a second trading hour because I don't want to trade with this huge red bar. I'd rather not trade between 9:30 and 10. But then once 10 o'clock comes, I want to trade this strategy right up, and I'll let it go all the way through the session break. Well, that's a new day. So let's go right here until it looks about 3:59.
Order submitted.
We don't want to hold any positions through the session break. So this is 10:30, 10 o'clock
Order submitted.
a.m.
Order
and we're going to
submitted.
trade it right to 3:59 p.m. And I can go ahead and I can scroll down to the bottom, and I can put any account that I want in this drop down under by setup.
Submitted.
If you click on the drop down by your account, it gives you the ability to put it into any one of your accounts. And just to make it interesting, I'll put it in this one here. Click OK. We always want to make sure we're on the right instrument. NinjaTrader has a glitch. If you start fooling with the parameters of the strategy, sometimes it'll change the instrument. So we're going to verify it's on the right instrument and then click OK. So now that would only trade during those optimal trading hours. There's an echo. So Bob, that's how we leverage that trade performance tool in NinjaTrader. It really provides an enormous amount of data. And the way our bots and drones work, if we were to go to the trades, and the way the model works, and it does this automatically, is it looks at the MFE, that's our maximum favorable excursion, and it also looks at the MAE, the maximum adverse excursion. That's how much heat did you take on a winning trade. So this trade here that made 250, if I look at the MAE, well, I took about 20 ticks of heat in order to make that 250. So what this model does, to give you an understanding, it's incredible the amount of data it can process. It'll do a 2-week look back and look at the profitable trades and how much heat it took on each and every one of them. Puts a little more weight on the more recent trades. And it'll calculate where the best position to put your stop and profit target is, based on this MAE and MFE. And it does that dynamically. It does it automatically for you. So not only is it going to change the trading hours on your bots, it's also going to change the position of your stop and profit targets in your ATM strategy. So that strategy, that Smart Velocity Stop 2 in the month of January is up just under $10,000. It's up 9,200.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Now let's see if this goes into a profit window. If not, I'm going to have to change my, I'm going to open up the strategy itself. Because this, really the spirit of this trade, of this strategy is to get in the profit window. I don't want my stop to be out in right field when I'm only 15 or 20 ticks from my profit target. So I'm hoping this matures to the downside for us. A little further. Push, push, push. We got crude inventory at 10:30. Now, if you are a member of our AI community, okay, the profit window is working well. Okay, that's great. You know what? If it comes on down, come on down. I'm willing to take 150 on this trade now. Still in this position on the E-mini. And the E-mini and the NASDAQ correlate with one another. I know if that NASDAQ is pushing down, I know that I'm also most likely going to be pushing down on the ES. Now I could take profits on this E-mini trade by clicking on this red X on my trade copier. So if it comes on down any further, being that it's an FOMC day and the market's not really trending today, I'd be happy to take 150. I was up 300 at one point. The ES can change very quickly. Now we're going to be opening, Duke, very shortly. Right line funding. Right line is going to be a one-stop shop. We're going to provide you with the tools that will give you an edge trading the markets, and we're also going to provide the funding. So the way to go on a prop firm is going to be right line funding. Look no further. And we've become a company that you could trust. And we want to establish a win-win relationship. We want to find our best traders, our most profitable traders, provide you with the funding, and we'll do a really nice split. Let you keep a vast majority of the profits. See, what I was talking about earlier is the position of my profit target here. This area of resistance, these are these red lines. That's not an ideal location for my profit target. If I was trading my own account on this, I probably would reposition this. I can reposition my profit target by left-clicking on the blue flag that says 1 sell LMT. I could left-click one time, move it just below resistance, and give the trade a clear shot to my profit target. But because we're doing a demonstration, we want to see what the actual results of our strategies are. I'm not going to change it unless it's in my live account. The only way we can improve is to let it take the losers that it should take. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, you know, we've become a name you could trust. And with a lot of these other prop firms, you know, I read so many horror stories and I talk to so many traders that they begin to do well and funny things start happening. But today, God willing,
Order submitted.
at 4 o'clock p.m., I'm going to do a live presentation on the AI Auto Trader, and we're going to do a deep dive into that ES30 range. We've got a member, Robert, and I want to show you what he sent me last night because it's really game-changing results. And I'm going to show you the equity curve. Ah, okay, pet lover. I just saw your request in Discord. I'm going to send you an access link right now. One of our newest members. She is in Saskatchewan, in Canada.
Order submitted.
Jenny. Okay, Jenny, I'm going to send you the link right now. There you go, Jenny. In the direct messages, I just put the link to get into our server. And what I want to show you is this equity curve. This is just unbelievable. I'm going to make it so you can see it. But I just want you to see that it is genuine. It's right out of Discord. We have a gentleman named Robert who's a professional in this niche. And he's also an expert at the optimization of these strategies. But what I'm going to do is open this summary so you can see it. I'm going to open the link,
Order submitted.
and we're going to put it in right here. Now, this is on his machine. Let me see if I can magnify
Order
it.
submitted.
He has in profits. Now, let's look at the dates just to give us some context. From September 19th to yesterday. This is running that ES30 range strategy. He's up $51,000. $51,000. That's three months and 9 days. $51,000 in profits. This is one of our members in the community, the Discord community. His name is Robert. He's up 51,000 trading this ES. When he initially optimized the strategy, he thought he was doing it for the NQ. He mistakenly ran it on the ES, and that's the genesis of that ES30 range star. But this is a strategy that wins 60% of its trades. The average losing trade is 650. The average winning trade is 718. And he's been able to trade this strategy over the last 3.5 months for just under $52,000 in profits. Just a beautiful equity curve. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I think one of the most important things to consider is the max drawdown. The max drawdown was $5,000. So had you had an account of $7,500 or $10,000 just to play it safe, you would have been fine trading this strategy and in the last 3.5 months making $50,000. All right, come on down, ES. You know what? I think I'm going to take profit on this.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
On an FOMC day, I'm going to go ahead and close my PA accounts and take a small profit on the trade.
Order submitted.
Now watch it fly all the way to the downside, right? Yep. That's Murphy's Law. Listen, you will never go broke closing winning trades. It's sickening leaving money on the table, but that's okay. I can live with it. My gold bot stopped trading. Let's see any open positions on this big move down. Our Sims velocity stop. Everything jumped in short. These are my open positions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we'll try a copy a trade on. I was going to do the smart velocity stop. We've got crude inventory report. Let's pull up a crude chart. Wow, look at this gold move. Oh my goodness. Yes, my drone is in it. This gold drone that I have runs on a 2 Unarenko, and it has no profit target. It will just continue to run and trail by 20 ticks. And I've seen it catch some absolute monster trades on gold. One of our members, Jason, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jason. I talk to Jason almost every day. One of our members, Jason, loves trading gold. Oh, wow, look at it go. And this is a strategy that, if it gets into one, he told me, I think it was in the middle of the night. He's in California to begin with. But he had a gold move that made $4,000 on this strategy, he told me. It's on a runner. Now, it will come back 20 ticks on you. So that's $200 on gold. Gold is $10 a tick. Okay, let's check out crude. We got the crude inventory report coming out. You can see a spike in volume. We're getting a signal long. Let's see if I have crude oil enabled. Signal A. See if we get into a position on crude. Good volume, but no movement. We got 1,000 contracts a minute. Here it goes. Okay, we got to give Steven credit. Let's go to our 8U. It's hanging right in there. We're going to go to our Steven drone. My velocity stop is giving it back. Steven's still on top. So that ES30 range, the one that's up $50,000 on Robert's computer, that's this strategy you see right here. That's this strategy you see right here.
Order submitted.
Crude was a dud. Sometimes there's a delayed reaction. It looks like it went into consolidation with that high volume. And now we're looking for a pop to the upside or downside. I always like to read what the actual news was. And whatever I think it's going to do, I'll do the opposite. Because I'm always wrong. I call it the George Costanza. You'll read the news report, and by all appearances, you would think by the report that it's the price of crude would go up or down. So whatever I think it'll do based on the report, it'll do the opposite. Yeah, crude just went sideways. Nothing, completely untradeable. Gold stopped out.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, let me look at the comments. I don't see the crude news report that came out on Forex Factory yet. I'm going to put a link. We're going to do a presentation today. We're going to break down that 30 range ES. We're going to do a look under the hood. What is the stop criteria on the GC2 Unorenco? The 4 p.m. session will be recorded, Bill, yes. If you register, you'll automatically get the recording. I'm going to put the link in the chat box. You could hear an echo for just a moment. But today at 4 o'clock, we're going to do a deep dive into that ES30 range. How is this thing working? What do the numbers look like? You could hear an echo for just a minute. I'm putting the link to register for today's webinar. It's going to be at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, here it is. Bear with me. I'm a little slow this morning. Here it is. Okay. Okay. I just put the link in the room. Let me fix my mic. This trade's trying to come back for us. Let's see what happens. It's been a choppy morning. We knew that the FOMC meeting was going to cause a little bit of chop today. Our leaderboard, Steven came right on top and stayed on top. Stephen A. One of our members, Stephen A. That is named after him. Some of our best ideas come from our members.
Order submitted.
We got that bullish engulfing candle. That's what that green dot means, which sometimes means a reversal is forthcoming. Okay, Walter, I'm sorry. Let me go back to your question. The stop criteria on the GC2U. Let's take a look. The way the ATM works on that strategy is it takes a two contracts entry. We're trading two contracts. Our stop loss is 30. I thought it was trailing by 20. It's actually trailing by 30. Wow, this one put the first profit target all the way out to 100. I started it at 20 and it moved. I swear it did. It moved. That means that gold right now is trending. The range of the market justifies having a 100 tick first profit. And if you look at gold, you can see why. It's a huge move down. And it moved this out. But the spirit of the strategy was to have a first profit target of about 20 or 30 ticks and then have it trail by 20 or 30 ticks with no profit target and just trailing by 20. Trail the second by 20. I have it running in tandem with a drone that's adjusting the inputs. But we're just trailing by 20 on the second contract. Initial stop of 30. And the second profit target is 0. So no defined profit target. Now the downside of doing this is you're always going to come back 20 ticks to get on a stop out. Eventually you're going to get stopped out. You're going to give back 20 ticks when you do. And it doesn't give us, and I love this. I love this profit window. It eliminates our profit window because we can't define a profit window when there's no defined profit target. So it might be a better strategy maybe to put it at an ambitious profit target of 200 and maybe put your profit window at like 25. This way, if it goes 175, you're going to lock in 150 ticks of profit. Now, you have those rare moves like Jason got. He got a $4,000 trade on this strategy in the overnight session. But most of the time, a 200 tick move on gold is a $2,000 move. If you're up 1750, believe me, you'll be very happy with that profit target window. It's going to lock in $1,500 of profit. Now today at 12 o'clock, if you're a member of the AI Auto, At 12 o'clock, Charles is doing his live training session. Every Wednesday at 12. Open question and answer. He's going to go through the strategies. He's going to answer your questions. It's a great opportunity
Order submitted.
to get additional training on the AI auto. Charles is really a brilliant guy. We're in long positions that are all taking heat right now. Well, some of them are shorts. The E-mini were short. Jorge, good morning. Buenos dias.
Order
I'm
submitted.
getting excited. I have a fishing trip planned. You know, I'm an avid saltwater fisherman, and I've got a trip. I don't have a firm date, but I'm going to be headed to Costa Rica. And man, I'd love if somebody would come with me. I'm going to Costa Rica. I've got a friend from high school that has a charter business out there. He said, "Come on down. Just chip in for gas. You don't have to pay a thing." And I fumbled over myself trying to call the airline to get a flight. Costa Rica, if you don't know, is some of the best saltwater fishing in the world.
Order submitted.
They
Order
catch
submitted.
marlin and tuna and wahoo, and I mean, if you've ever wanted to go deep sea fishing, and on your bucket list, put Costa Rica on it. We got that full winter on the velocity.
Order submitted.
We're jumping right back in. Now watch, this ES30 is going to go all the way down.
Order submitted.
Now, today's an FOMC day, but on a normal day with the volatility that we've been seeing, these bots really have the ability to run up the score. Come into our profit window here. Be 250 or 500. It never is a straight shot to your profit target, is it? Very rarely. There's always a little bit of a retracement in the ebb and flow of the market, I like to call it. It'll retrace up to the 15 and then continue down, hopefully. But this strategy gives it plenty of room. And that, you know what? That's really the spirit of this 30 range strategy, if you think about it. If you look at the trade management parameters, which basically doesn't have any, it just lets the trade drift. It picks a direction and it lets it
Order
drift.
submitted.
We got an exit on the line change. What just happened there was once the trade matured down towards our profit target, I think it's 60 or 70, I think it's 50 ticks. Once it goes 40 or 50 ticks, my stop will go on my 15 EMA. So if the trade comes back on me, it'll go back until the 15 EMA changes colors. It was red. Once it turned green, that's this box, signifies the color of my 15 EMA. Once it turns green, it's going to exit that trade immediately and get you out. That's a good question, Walter. Obviously, with a counter trend trade, we want a really high MA diff. It would be the opposite of a trend trade. The further away from that 50 we are, the better chance we have of a really nice, reversal. So, is there a way to gauge it? There is, because I've seen David Kushner on his charts. He has on the top left MA diff. Let me see if the indicator, which indicator that is. I will find out for you. You got me on that one. It might be this MA Analytics, I want to say. So if I put on the MA Analytics, which let's just check it out. And I'll put it on white so we could see it. Now with the MA Analytics indicator, I can see my MA diff right now is 91. That's an indicator that's in the money flow tracker package. Let me just see if it's in this one. It's not. Oh, this might be it here. Let me see what that is. No. So there is an indicator that we've developed called the MA Analytics that will give you the MA diff. To answer your question, Walter. Hey, Jorge, to pass a challenge right now, I would go with our best strategy. You might want to watch the replay of this. But to answer your question, the ES30 range drone. The ES30 range drone has been on en fuego, on fire. Yeah, the ES30 range drone is our hottest strategy. If you watch the replay to this, I highlighted the most profitable strategies for the month of January. I would use that information along with your leaderboard for any given day on which one to put into your live account. If you had to set it and forget it, I would definitely go with that ES30 range drone. All right, we got 10 minutes to go. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, if you'll excuse me for just a moment. And I will be right back.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, to answer your question, Walter, now that I'm thinking about it, I understand what you're asking more now. Because the way we designed that input was really for trend trades, not for counter trend trades. I mean, ooh, look at that trade there on the velocity. The velocity went right in our profit window. So it's 250 or 500. 250 or 500 right here. Very close to 5. Got it. The E-mini's in total chop. NASDAQ are getting a little bit of a range. Not much. Okay, let me take a look at the MA diff now. So if you use the MA diff filter on the signal A, now it's important to know that the modified slow, modified fast, those are EMAs of an EMA. They're smoothed out and they kind of chase price a little bit. The moving average colored is more, it's not an EMA of an EMA. It's a simple moving average. Doesn't chase price as much. MA diff. So if you want to do a signal A, you would want an MA diff. It's very high, but it wouldn't prevent it from taking if it was low. That's the problem. So if you were going to use that, I mean, I wouldn't even use it because you really want the MA diff to be extremely high. So I wouldn't use it as a filter. What would work better on a signal A is if we had it to where it wouldn't trigger a trade unless the MA diff was 100 or over 150. If we were to set it at 150, it would take a trade between 0 and 150. For the signal A, we would want it to be greater than 150, not less than or equal to. So currently it's less than or equal to, but for a signal A, that's a really good idea, Walter. I like the way you're thinking. We would want it to be, it has to be greater than, because the higher our MA diff is, the more likely it would be to reverse and hit our profit target. That ES30 star still in this trade, man. I'll tell you, you got patience and discipline, or patience, I should say. That ES30 star's been in this trade now for 2.5 hours. Took the entry at one here 9. Looks like about 9:30, 9:40, 10:40. Oh, it's only been an hour.
Order submitted.
All right, Mr. David Wise is going to be up next. He's going to be trading the SPY Super System. And I just want to do a quick recap of our leaderboard today. It's very slim. I was able to get on my PA accounts about 162.50 across 3 accounts on this trade here. And then we had our Stephen Botten drone on the NASDAQ that's trading an 8U. The Smart Velocity stop is trading a 30U, a 30 range. That's the strategy you see on this chart right here. Then we had the ES on a 30 range, our Mac Truck bot, Haymaker bot. Man, this thing is just pounding away this month. Haymaker bot is looking good this month in January. Very good. We've got that 30 range on the E-mini, and that's about it. So today's the FOMC day. Be really careful with the trading until that report comes out, till those meeting minutes come out. And let's see if they do the interest rate cut, it'll be fireworks. If they don't do the cut, probably be fireworks. The color bias. Sorry to hear that, Robert. Charles's link. If you go in our Discord chat, are you in the Discord, Robert? Robert, are you in Discord? If you go in the Discord chat to software updates, but listen, he's a little bit behind, and if it's something really important, just call the office, and I'll do my best to help you. If I'm not able to help you, then we'll get on Charles's calendar. But to answer your question, in the software updates channel, you could find Charles' link right here. This is the very bottom. Just come up. You could probably even click right here. But it's right here. Okay, Duke. Oh, ouch. Yeah, give me a call. I think I could rebuild them for you, Robert. No problem. All right, everybody. I want to just remind you one last time. Today at 4 o'clock, if you have the time, come check it out. We're going to do a deep dive into the ES30 range. That's the bot that's superior to all the others. And that'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern. If you can't make it live, still register for the event, and we'll send you the recording. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. If you would, please like my video on YouTube. Gives us a little traction, helps us get some new eyes. We'd really appreciate it. God bless you. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. And God willing, we'll see you at 4. So long, everybody. Audacity, the bias, a 34 range. Usually on an 8-unit Renko, we use a 34 range bias. Yes. Okay, Al. Hey, Rodney. Rodney's been a friend and a member for years and years and years. Good to see you, sir. Let's see what happens today at 2. Let's see what happens. It's probably an 8. You know, it's not correct. It's a 13. But if I was to put it to the 34, it would smooth it out really nicely. With the automation, it's a little bit of a different animal. Hey, Judy. Wherever you are, hope you have a blessed day. I'm going to let this last trade play, and then we'll end the broadcast. Get in that profit window.
Order submitted.
These FOMC days, man, they are tough, aren't they? Holy moly. Low volume, too. Get up there. Ah, what? I'd give you a heart attack. Okay, Jorge. I got my neighbor, Eduardo. Eduardo. Boy, this is tough trading here. Look at our volume.
Order submitted.
We got out on the line change there. All right, everybody. Very low volume right now. Market's kind of flat. So just be careful for the rest of the day until that report comes out. Have a blessed rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.